on Guam.
Half a day, I'm Mitsuki Hirayama. You're watching KUAM News Weekend Edition. Thanks for joining us. We begin with a story we've been following. Tigwac Cemetery is down to its final 8 burial plots. Lawmakers are now pushing a bill to expand the site, but as urgency grows, so do concerns about neglect. Some are asking, what good is more land if we can't take care of what we already have? Jonigan Charfris has more.
A final resting place with only 8 places left as of this story. Department of Parks and Recreation Director Angel Sablan.
We are down to less than maybe a month of burials left at Tigwac. And my other choice is, if we don't get additional property, is we close it.
The Vicente A. Limtiaco Cemetery, better known as Tigwac, is nearly full. And now lawmakers are racing to pass Bill 49-38, introduced by Senator Tina Rose Muñoz Barnes, which would transfer 11 acres of land next door to the Department of Parks and Recreation. The land in question, Lot 258, has already been surveyed and belongs to the government of Guam, but hasn't been assigned to any agency. Supporters say transferring it to DPR would give the cemetery 5 more years of capacity, possibly 25 if crypts can be installed. DPR Deputy Director Warren Pelletier.
I have reached out to Department of Land Management. We've met on many occasions. I've also reached out to Joseph Santos, and we have met a couple times. There seems to be a master plan that if implemented and funded, it will allow for another 50 years plus, and will give the dignity that Mayor Alec was asking for.
Along with pleading for the property, Pelletier also requested minimal funding.
To create the roads and the pathways into there, the cascajo that is needed to be laid down in order so that when we do, and hopefully with your approval, obtain that lot, and it's included in the overall lot, can begin burials in that site. And we estimate 5+ years. Now, if we are able to add crypts with that, it can be 20-25 years.
But expanding isn't the only issue. Senators at the hearing raised questions about maintenance, funding, and dignity after years of complaints that the cemetery has been left to deteriorate. Senator Chris Barnett.
A lot of you guys want this extra property, but you're not even maintaining the one that you have already. And I'm also just a little confused because I understand the urgency and that you've brought this matter to the attention of whichever previous legislatures, but I just think for the senators that would, if you've had a couple years and you've been making this ask, we would just love it if you came here with the little map, like Masaya sketch that said, hey, we're going to put this over here.
A DPR says it's doing what it can with what little it has, even rearranging burial areas to squeeze out more space, but admits the situation is not sustainable.
We have made many adjustments over the past 3 years in moving things around, moving spaces around, moving the infant burial area to a nicer area so that we can increase the plots and the numbers of plots for the adult burials. But right now we are at a very critical point.
As burials continue, the choice before lawmakers isn't just about space. It's about how the island honors the dead and serves the living. Jonigan Charfris, KUAM News.
A man headed to meet his probation officer ended up in handcuffs instead. 39-year-old Cisco Lee Eclevea Francisco was arrested Tuesday afternoon and charged with possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, a third-degree felony. According to court documents, an officer pulled Francisco over and learned he was driving without a license or registration. He became agitated during the stop, prompting a search. That's when officers say they discovered a black Louis Vuitton bag in the back seat. Inside, a wallet containing a clear baggie with white crystalline substance. Francisco allegedly admitted it was meth. He was read his Miranda rights. The substance field tested positive and he was arrested. He has since been booked and confined at the Department of Corrections prison. Keeping with our eye on crime, a man is under arrest tonight accused of breaking into the same twice and stealing hundreds of dollars in property. Police say it all started with a security alert. A family member watching over a relative's home showed up to find Aaron Sanchez, a man not welcome there on the property. Officers say locks were broken, a bush cutter was stolen, and Sanchez left before police arrived. But just days later, he allegedly came back, this time with help. Security footage reportedly shows Sanchez breaking a lock, walking inside, and walking out with a box branded with a power tool logo. The item was a pressure washer worth about $100. When confronted by police, Sanchez confessed, admitting to both break-ins and to taking multiple items. What's more than a milestone, it's a moment of living history. 7 young students from Magalahan Hurao Chamorro Academy Charter School are lighting the way forward, proudly carrying the torch of Chamorro language, culture, and values. KUAM gets a front row seat as these students embark on a new chapter, marking the first fully fluent Chamorro-speaking class to graduate from the newly chartered school. Destiny Cruz-Langus has more.
It's a sign that the Chamorro language and culture are not just surviving, they're thriving. 7 bright 5th graders at Magalahan Hurao Chamorro Academy Charter School are making history as the first fully fluent Chamorro-speaking class, a language they've been immersed in since they were just 4 years old.
So I'm very happy that I'm graduating and this is my life as of tomorrow.
And while these young graduates may sound like many of our elders, they carry the same butterflies in their stomachs that any child might feel before stepping into something new.
Y nuevo na sias and y nuevo na leksyon, todo y nuevo na chestes, lo dididi maanya sa kulan tugof tungo ko sempre maka pa ko sempre maulig gi eskwela lo hinasoko who Shantina Sinaha. I'm really happy to experience like the new teachers, the new lessons, and like everything new. And I'm a bit scared in case I don't know if I'm gonna do good or if it's gonna be hard. But I feel like I'm gonna do good, but I don't know.
Even with a bit of uncertainty, these children move forward with pride and confidence, rooted in a deep sense of identity. And now they won't have to leave that behind. The journey continues as Hurao prepares to open its doors to a new middle school program. Sana Anne-Marie Arceo is the school's founder.
We are going to have a middle school, and these kids will have a place to go and continue being are growing their self-identity and being who they really want to be, leading in our community with all that is Betu and in Nafa Maulik and in Agwaiza that we've taught them, that will ground them and will guide them.
In every word they speak, in every step they take, these students remind us the future of Chamorro is not just preserved, it is full of promise.
Gof Malik sa kulan gof anako astina carrera para hami, san gof maguf para i-class and malagu huli hafa sempre mas para mamaila. I'm really happy to be a part of this because it's been like a really long journey and I'm really happy to see what's coming.
Sana Anne-Marie imparting these wise words for the group.
Famagono, famagonzuas hamzu ta gof man ninay hamzu ni mega na regalo siya para esti. Ha adik hamzu na hamzu para ifinet na ni permit na peden fan magwadua ginen e Magalahan Hurao. Pues tuli ano na regalo zen isa cara dia ginala mizu fan garis petu tori tempo fan afa malik into hamzu ni manialu zen konsigi mo na kosiki undia sina hamzu parangge hilui itanota zen fatinas malik na desisyon para itatau ta kosiki sina makontinua lumala ifino zen ikuturata si Diyos masi famagano.
Destiny Cruz-Langus, KUAM News.
Well, thinking about college, now's the perfect time to take the next big step because the University of Guam is waiving application fees for all undergraduate and graduate students for summer and fall of 2025. But don't wait, this limited time offer ends June 14th. Local and international students who apply online by the deadline can save money and jumpstart their journey at UOG. Just use these special codes when applying for summer 2025. Enter 25X1 waiver. For fall 2025, use 25FA waiver. Dr. Gina Rojas, Interim Dean of Enrollment, says it's all about keeping the momentum going and making it easier to achieve your goals. If you're ready to rise above, apply today at riseabove.uog.edu or call the admissions office at 671-735-2214. Your future at UOG starts now. Well, in a world where artificial intelligence is popping up everywhere, over at the Arizona Supreme Court, they have created so-called reporters to provide information. Here's more.
Okay, TikTok. Impression time.
In a world full of deep fakes,
it's Taylor Swift here.
Hold on just a second, there's a big fire.
What happens when the face of your official source of information isn't human, it's AI?
The Arizona Supreme Court has...
Meet Victoria and Daniel, the official AI avatars for the Arizona Supreme Court.
Hey there, I'm Victoria, one of the Arizona Supreme Court's new AI-generated court news reporters.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Why? I think it's just an efficient way for us to get news out.
Alberto Rodriguez is a public information officer for the court and helped design his digital co-workers.
So traditional production obviously takes quite amount of manpower.
And how much time does it take for Victoria to do it here?
It takes minutes.
I gotta admit, when she says, I'm Victoria, a news reporter, like my human feelings get hurt as a news reporter.
Yeah.
Do you see this ever replacing like news reporters?
I don't think so.
Arizona's Chief Justice Ann Timmer says it's important to note that everything you hear the avatars say is actually written by the justices themselves.
For years, we took it for granted that of course you trust the courts, of course you trust judges. We're doing our best, but if people don't believe that, it doesn't matter.
However, there are a lot of people out there that don't trust AI.
That's true, but they have to remember this AI, at least that we're using, it's not generative.
The justices said that even if she didn't mean to violate the rules, her action...
And while the avatars might become the most forward-facing example of AI in the legal system, Justice Timmer points out the law profession is already using AI every day for things like research to document review and analysis.
I come here today a humble pro se before a panel.
One plaintiff in New York even trying to use AI to argue his case before a skeptical appeals panel.
Shut that off!
But with more AI come concerns over instances of AI models citing cases that never existed and potential bias and discrimination that's often found when tapping into large data sets.
I don't see if what your concern is, that, which is a valid one, that will use AI to start substituting for judgment. I don't think that will ever happen.
All ethical concerns in a new era that could end up before Arizona's high court, decided by human justices, but disseminated by something else. Gotti Schwartz, NBC News, Phoenix, Arizona.
Now it's time for our weekly roundup that showcases promotions, awards, and other accomplishments submitted by our viewers and followers. If you would like to feature company promotions or achievements of friends, colleagues, or loved ones, send pictures, announcements, and press releases to newsdirector@KUAM.com with the subject, Making Waves. Stick around, we have more coming up on the Weekend Edition. You're watching KUAM.
Don't need to work for it, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Count on me, count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Summer's here, Guam. Get ready for sun-soaked days with Kmart. From beach gear to backyard barbecue essentials, Kmart has it all at prices that keep your wallet cool. Stock up on snacks and fun kids activities to keep them entertained. Kmart is Guam's one-stop shop for summer fun. Plus, military and frontline workers save more with our exclusive discounts every day. Shop now for your summer essentials at Kmart, the 24-hour superstore. Summer vibes, Kmart style.
Super speed your life with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet. Get symmetrical upload and download speeds up to 5 gigs. Get started with Fiber 500 at $145 a month, Fiber 1 gig at $215 a month, or Fiber 5 gig at $299 a month. Plus, get 2 SuperPod 6Es with any plan, and a free EcoFlow River 3 and bonus welcome kit with 1 gig and 5 gig plans. Experience tomorrow's islands today with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet.
Half a day, I'm Eric Moon, your anchor for this week's Spark Report. Today, we're bringing you highlights from the exciting 2025 Mock Trial National High School Championships in Arizona. The competition was fierce and surprising, and the students gave it their best. We caught up with some of the standout competitors to hear about their journey to the national stage and what it's like to compete in such high-pressure competitions.
The 2025 National High School Mock Trial Championship took place in Phoenix, Arizona. It was a showcase of talent, teamwork, and legal strategy. High school students from across the country gathered to compete and bring their best arguments and skills to the courtroom. We caught up with students that represented Guam to learn more about their experiences.
My name is Saul Muchu. My name is Joseph Ordonez.
I'm Pauline Conception.
I'm Bea Bass.
I'm Abigail Alvarez.
And I'm Shondell Agustin.
And we are Uckanoo High School's Mock Trial Team.
Preparing for this competition wasn't easy. Students had to develop and constantly improve their arguments for the case in a given time.
So our team has been preparing for about a month. The coaches really provided their endless support and their tips and tricks for nationals.
And why did you join Mock Trial?
I actually joined Mock Trial because one of the coaches encouraged me to join, and I stayed because it gave me the confidence that I didn't know I had, and it just challenges me every day to push myself as much as I can.
As you can see, they learned valuable skills from being in Mock Trial. They also learned to adapt to things that go unexpectedly.
The difficult moments that we faced as a team during the nationals was finding out the level of play the other teams were at the time. So the reason I bring this up was because during our initial scrimmage, we faced a team that was New Mexico. And in this match, the skill difference between Team Guam and Team New Mexico was palpable. It was very apparent that if one of the teams was way better than us, what are the other teams capable of?
Managing the pressure of performing is also key. Every objection, every argument, every moment counts.
It's not that much different to how we played in Guam. I mean, of course you're going to play against an audience you don't know. Of course you're going to play against judges who've never seen you before. But it's really just based on focusing on what you know and incorporating that into the game.
Although the competition was difficult, they also found it fun.
So my favorite part of the competition was seeing how all of the teams interpreted the case and how they presented all of their witnesses and arguments. And that was really fun and insightful.
What was your favorite team you met in Arizona?
I really favored a lot of the teams in Arizona, most especially Oregon, New Mexico, North and South Dakota, I think Minnesota and Ohio. All these teams really showed warm welcomes to Guam, and they all seemed really interested in our culture. And whenever I talked to them, I just felt so welcomed and so surprised that they knew about Guam, which was something that I didn't expect going into Arizona. And again, they just all welcomed us with open arms, and I'll never forget the interactions I had with New Mexico, Minnesota, and Ohio.
It is apparent that this mock trial team had made friendships outside the courtroom. It is no wonder why they won the Larry Bocco Professionalism and Civility Award. Despite being over 6,000 miles away, they represented our culture of kindness and respect to other teams.
The 2025 Mock Trial National Championships was an unforgettable experience for all the students who competed. From the challenges they overcame to the connections they made, this competition was about more than winning. It was about growth, teamwork, and love for the legal process. That's it for this week's Spark Report. See you next time.
Is your child having difficulty walking, talking, playing and learning like other children? As parents, we ask ourselves, what should I be doing? If you are worried about your child's development, the Guam Early Learning Council is here to help. Simply dial 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays, to get resources and valuable information.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade.
Half a day, everybody. Jason Salas, your 671 sports nerd here. I am at the Guam Football Association National Training Center. And you know what? When you have a world-class facility like this to train, to compete, who needs chairs, right? And I have one of our very best, Ahika Ai. She is the first team, all-island, gold glove, best goalkeeper in the island, on the island, in the land. So, half a day, good to see you.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, what is it in the water, I gotta say first? You guys put in the water at harvest, because you guys have Josiah Jones is the best male keeper. You're the best female keeper. Your brother was the MVP of the middle school league. You obviously love soccer.
Obviously.
Okay. First of all, so what is your school? I mean, soccer is such a tradition, like at Harvest.
Yeah. So with soccer at Harvest, our coach really emphasizes our commitment to the program, and he loves to, it's mainly about teamwork, and our focal point of our whole team is God. God is the one person that can make anything happen, can turn any season around, and that's just basically our secret is.
So you got
Jesus.
your priorities straight, then you just got to get your game right.
Yeah.
And you have, obviously, because of, how many shutouts did you have this year?
7.
Okay, yeah, low key, 7 shutouts in NBD, no big deal, and you only gave up 5 goals all season.
Yes.
Okay, obviously that's a lot of technique. You got to give a lot of credit to your defense, the field players, and everything to actually.
My defense.
Yeah,
Nothing
so fewer shots on goal and everything.
Yes.
But still, when you're called upon, whether it's in the shootout, PKs, or just the teams attacking you and everything, you got to lock down and do your job.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Just stay calm, breathe through the motions, and just go back to the basics. You just got to know your basics, and it's always about your technique, and in the goal, it's especially about your angles. You have to know your angles, your blocks, where you are, and it's when you know your angles, it's always easy.
Okay, so let's go into the mechanics of being a top-level goalkeeper, right? Say in penalty kicks, right?
Yeah.
It's the end. Pressure is through the roof. I mean, you could hit the sky here at GFA, and it's a beautiful day today. Are you reading the attacker who's coming at you when they're about to kick? Are you reading their feet, their eyes, their shoulders? What are you looking at?
So my coach always taught me to look at their first step. So if the hardest people to judge is the people that kick straight on, and when they run straight onto the ball. But if they're at their left and their right, it's their first step which you look at. Yeah. And
hockey goalies would probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at their first move, and then how they're shifting their hips, or.
Yeah.
Okay. What does it mean to you though when you give up a goal? Because top level athletes and everything, they say, okay, I've won a ton of awards, and you have some right there. This is the Golden Glove. This is amazing. This is also very, very heavy. But you celebrate your victories, but you always remember the ones that got by. What do you learn from that?
I just look back and think about what I did wrong, and I always make sure that my defense doesn't feel like it was their fault. And it definitely does hurt when it does go in, but you just have to brush it off and keep going, because if you dwell on that mistake for too long, then that's going to lead to another goal, and it's just going to be a chain reaction after that. So you just got to brush it off and pretend like it didn't happen.
Well, fortunately for you, it didn't happen that often this season. So. and you're very, very blessed to do that. So what do you credit your success at? Because obviously, you know, you've got talent, you've got drive, you've got a lot of natural ability, but it's your coaches, it's the team, it's the program.
Yeah.
Here at GFA too, the national program.
Yeah, the national program is great, and of course it's all God. And second, it's my family. Without my family support, none of this would have been possible. All the stuff they've done for me, and the training camps they've sent me to, the off-island opportunities that I've gotten. Definitely my parents and my family's support, and most of all my team. Without them, this would not have been possible. The glove would not have been possible without my defense. The way Ruby and Margot held down the middle, my outside backs, they kept the crosses from coming in.
There are 4 of you that made the first team All-Island selection.
Yes. Yeah. So my team is amazing. This definitely would not have been possible without them.
Okay, you've also got the team in your house, and the fact that your brother is the MVP of the middle school league again, Lenny, and he's a striker and you're a goalie, I would give any amount of money to watch you guys actually train at home. So have you guys ever gone one-on-one? And
today we are going against my brother's team. My national team is coming out here. We play at 5, and my brother is normally a winger or a midfielder, and so I get some shots with him, and I'm the one keeper he can't score on, because it's just I know him too well. So he can't score on me.
That's big sister smack talk right there. Hey, that's the only kind of thing siblings can get away with and everything, and that is great because of that. And Dad's off camera right now. He's laughing. He's having a ball right now. Okay, let's talk about your old man too, right?
Yeah.
Lenka, I've known him ever since he was playing. He was an incredible nose guard and playing football. He actually even told me, he said, I don't want my kids to play football because it's a little bit violent, and yet you guys have been able to thrive in incredible ways in this kind of football. So, you know, what do you think you actually get from your dad and your mom?
So my dad specifically, it's he makes all of our workout regimens, and he's very big on our nutrition and all of the physical aspects. And my mom is the nurturer whenever we lose or we have a tough time or it's just hard physically going forward. She's always there to support us, and she always has our backs. So nothing would be possible without them.
Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
It's Sunday birthday love, everybody, going out to Kaylee Shoko. Hey, Kylie's birthday was just the other day. Mommy loves you always, my princess. XOXO, your mother says. And happy birthday to KUAM's own Joan Uggan-Charfers. From all of us here in the newsroom, from the production department, everybody in KUAM. Joan, we love you, and we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. We know you're going to do brunch on Sunday, so we're not going to bother you, but have a wonderful day and enjoy and rest. You certainly deserve it, and we hope your birthday is beautiful. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
And a happy birthday to our awesome news director, Joni, and to everyone out there celebrating today. That's going to do it for us here on Weekend Edition. Visit KUAM.com or follow us at KUAM News on social media for the latest news. For now, I'm Mitsuki Hirayama. Have a safe weekend, and we close out the night with Unforgettable Moments with Mom, submitted by some of our viewers.
Ali, Mogisin, Hafaday Zantiro, Rananim, Kasileli.